He's gone. Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This is honestly so shocking to me. This is the biggest political assassination since MLK, RFK, JFK. Charlie Kirk, American patriot, truth speaker, Christian, pro-Israel, a husband, a leader, a man who loved Jesus, America, and freedom more than his own comfort. And now, he's dead. Assassinated for speaking, for thinking, for loving his country. He was killed because his voice mattered, because it carried weight, because it changed people's minds. Now, while we still don't know who the shooter is, it's pretty obvious that they had a problem with conservatism, with patriotism. And honestly, it's very sad that today, telling the truth in public can get you killed. The extremists on the far left can't handle facts. They can't handle God. They scream about peace and inclusion, but their version of tolerance ends the second you mention family values, traditional faith, two genders, or secure borders. They claim to champion liberalism as long as you obey. They demand diversity, but only of skin tone, never of opinion. They preach acceptance until you say something that makes them uncomfortable. Then suddenly, it's censorship, cancellation, dehumanization, and now, assassination. They don't want to debate. Actually, they don't want to hear the other side because they know they can't win on ideas. So they resort to intimidation and violence. And to be honest, it's really shocking to me to see the hate, the videos from people on the far left celebrating, cheering as the news broke out of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
We were literally going to go protest at Charlie Kirk's Utah UVU meetup. And like 500 cops were passing us about to get off the exit because, guys, Charlie Kirk was shot. What? That was a sharp shot.
I just witnessed Charlie Kirk get assassinated. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life. He shot him in the neck and blood went everywhere. And the worst part of it all was the liberals who were there were cheering.
Look, the killer probably thought that by assassinating Charlie, his work and influence would vanish. But that was the biggest mistake of all. Because now Charlie's name is not just a man, it's a mission, a legacy, a calling. We live in dark times. This is a very dark era in human history. But that's exactly why we must be the light. We must show people the truth and never stop speaking about it. This wasn't about a personal attack, my friends. This was an attack on all of us. An attack on freedom, an attack on truth, an attack on Christianity, an attack on Israel, an attack on America. For years, Charlie walked into the fire. College campuses, hostile interviews, media ambushes, and he told the truth. He was calm, precise, unafraid. And for that, he was mocked, vilified, threatened, dehumanized. But he kept showing up because he believed in freedom, not just as a slogan, not as branding, but as a sacred duty. And one thing you need to know about Charlie is that he loved Israel, not just on paper. He truly loved Israel. On October 14, 2023, just a few days after the horrific massacre of October 7th, Charlie wrote these words: Israel changed my life, strengthened my faith, made the Bible pop into reality. If Israel were to fall to the Arab world, we would have limited, if not zero, access to our most precious holy sites. Israel is living proof of God's love, covenant, and promise. That's what Charlie died protecting. Truth, faith, freedom, and yes, Israel. It's very difficult, but watch what Charlie said when he was asked how he would like to be remembered.
How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die,
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
America will change forever from this. But we are at a crossroads. Charlie is not just a name. Charlie is a movement. Charlie is a reminder of who we were and a challenge to who we must become. This is a turning point for the United States and for conservatism worldwide. So I'm asking, what kind of country is America becoming? America is still a land worth fighting for. Today, more than ever, a country still worth fighting for. America is a land where truth should never cost you your life. A land where men like Charlie Kirk should be celebrated, not targeted. America was built on conservative values, on faith, family, on freedom, on standing up when it's easier to sit down. If you were silent in the past, then I ask you to make sure that that silence stays in the past, because we cannot afford being silent anymore. We cannot be passive. We cannot retreat. The truth is under attack. Be it in America, in Israel. It's a global warfare. Anyone who chooses to speak the truth makes the liars uncomfortable. I also get death threats for speaking up. Every time I post a video, every time I defend Israel, every time I talk about God or conservative values, the threats coming. And I know I'm not the only one. Anyone who dares to speak the truth today knows exactly what I'm talking about, because the truth terrifies the liars. But you know what? We are not backing down. We are not going quiet. They killed Charlie, but they could never kill his message. Charlie stood for something eternal. And now that torch is in our hands. So let's carry it louder, bolder, clearer, stronger. Rest in peace, Charlie. Rest in truth. We will never forget. We will never give up. And we will not be silenced. And I ask you to also pray for Erica Kirk, his wife, and their 2 children. I cannot imagine what they're going through right now in their darkest hour. May God be with them, and may God comfort them.